Hi all, warm good evening. Hope I'm audible. Hi Madhav, hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
That's nice, great. Hi ladies and gentlemen. I hope it's all NCC cadets over here, or is there anyone else who is here not an NCC cadet? Now Meenakshi, you are back. Is it the same Meenakshi who has gone for IEP or some other one? Meenakshi and I are correct. Meenakshi, how was your IEP experience? We'll have it on some other day. We'll restrict our show for the mentorship for the BCs. So quickly, let me ask you all a question. How many of you are really serious today? Rather, how many of you are really serious in your life? Or is it just a time pass for you all every day? Just a normal day? मुझे पता है बहुत सारे लोग हैं जो नॉर्थ से भी यहाँ पे बहुत सारे लोग पिछली बार शिकायत किया था कि सर जरा हिंदी में भी बात कर लेना, हमें इंग्लिश में थोड़ा तकलीफ है. लेकिन लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, एक बात आप लोगों को ये बताना चाहता हूँ कि ये जो आप लोग ये जो मिशन के लिए आए हो यहाँ पे, वो है बीसी बेस्ट कैडेट बनने के लिए. तो आपको आपके इंटरव्यू में इंग्लिश में ही बात करना पड़ेगा, ठीक है? हिंदी ठीक है, मैं समझ सकता हूँ आप लोगों का, ठीक है, नेशनल लैंग्वेज है जो भी है, लेकिन फाइनली बेस्ट कैडेट कंपटीशन में यू हैव टू स्पीक इन इंग्लिश. तो इट इज एन आई ओपनर फॉर एवरीवन, बिकॉज आज आप लोगों की इंग्लिश उतना अच्छा नहीं होगा, ठीक है, लेकिन आप लोग कोशिश कर सकते हो to improve your. So I request everyone to mute yourself, but only those who are serious in your life, please switch on your video camera. I could have switched off my video camera, right? Why did I switch on my video camera? This program is strictly for those people who are serious in your life, you know, who would like to do something in life. Something wrong with my camera. Something wrong with my Madhav, are you able to hear me?
Not properly, sir.
Okay. No? Let me mute others. Others, those who are not involved, please mute yourself. Okay. Okay, sorry. I'm back. I'm audible now. Hope I'm audible now.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Quickly coming back. Those who are serious, those who are only serious, please switch on the video. Otherwise, you can switch off your video and take rest. Let me see how many of you are really serious. Seems like Sunday evening, everybody is chilling out. Correct? A good Sunday evening, Diwali celebrations happening in the north. So let me get to know yourself. Just 30 seconds, please introduce yourself. Your name, your rank, your battalion, your college, your directorate, place you are from, please. For those who are not aware about me, I'll give you a quick introduction about myself. Lieutenant Commander Ashwant, retired from Indian Navy. I was a short service commissioned officer. Prior to that, yes, of course, I was an NCC cadet. 2005 to 7, 2006, got the privilege to attend the Republic Day camp. Like today, you are seeing the chief guest, Cadet Under Officer Madhav. I was also a cadet, privileged to attend the Republic Day camp. Was the BC for the year 2006. YEP Singapore. Then I got commissioned in Navy in 2008. 11 years short service. SSC-X was my brand. Specialized in communications and electronic warfare in Navy. Privileged to do the DTO course whilst in service. Presently, I am project manager in Infosys. That's it. I have an academy called Nidus Academy. Motivating, giving mentorship to those candidates, cadets, students who would like to join the defense as an officer. That's it. So I'm requesting you all to introduce yourself, your rank, name, battalion, your college, place, directorate, whatever you would like to mention, please mention. Before we start the experience sharing of Madhav. Waiting 30 seconds for you all. Please introduce yourself. Let me see you all are from which all places. Only use chat box. Just type and send me you all are from which place. Okay, meanwhile, I will invite our chief guest for the day, Under Officer Madhav. I hope you all are aware who is this Madhav, who is this Under Officer Madhav. He was the All India Army Best Cadet for the year 2022 during the RDC, Republic Day camp. It's a dream come true for any NCC cadet to attend the Republic Day camp because it's one of the prestigious camp considered in the RDC. So Under Officer Madhav was privileged to attend this camp last year and in this year, 2022. He was adjudged as the SD Army Best Cadet for the year. You all are aware that the Best Cadet receives the Prime Minister's baton, the gold medal and the trophy. And he received it from the Honorable Prime Minister, Modi ji. What else required, correct? Madhav, let me invite him onto the spotlight. Madhav, what was the feeling when you were, unfortunately, he couldn't receive it from Modi because he was COVID positive that time, right, Madhav?
Yes, sir.
One of the sad moment, I can feel it, getting everything and not able to receive the baton medal from the Prime Minister. I can imagine that. But at least that feeling of, yes, the best cadet, that feeling, when that announcement was done in the cantonment area, I hope it is done in the evening, 1 day prior, 2 days prior, right? That the best cadets for the year. So what was that feeling? Or have you, did you come to know about that before, that you will be becoming, or it was on the announcement time only you came to know that, yes, I am the best cadet for the year 2022?
First of all, Jai Hind, everyone. And thank you, sir, for giving me this wonderful opportunity. I can just imagine what they must be feeling. In my first year and second year, I was also like them. I was eagerly waiting for videos of best cadets and would listen to them with my ears wide just to get maximum information as possible. And since the results are published 1 week prior to the main event. I already knew that I was the best cadet, and when the results were declared, the kind of emotions that we got to see in our Kerala Next Team Directorate barrack was just amazing. More than us, our co-cadets were happy that all the 6 best cadets from Kerala Next Team Directorate had won a medal. It was actually history that we had created. It's a very first time that all 6 cadets from Kerala and Lexic Directorate had won medals. We had bagged.
Can you just name all those who have won the medals? Let the other directors also come to know, because this is a historic moment for the Kerala and Lakshadweep Directorate, guys. I don't know whether in the past, whether any such directorate has got such a prestigious moment. All the best cadets are there on the dais. I think one couldn't get the gold medal. Can you just name them, their rank?
Yes, so we had bagged 6 medals. We had bagged 3 gold medals, 1 silver, and 2 bronze medals. In the Army category, the ST and SW, in the ST and SW category, we had 1 gold. It was me and Senior Under Officer Kirti Yadav. I think those who are watching this session, they would have already they would already know Kirti Yadav, because she gave them.
Last week they have heard her topic. Wonderful experience sharing. Apart from
yes,
Kirti Yadav, who else were there?
Apart from Kirti, is currently senior cadet captain Kurula K. Angel of Ernakulam Group. He had won the gold medal in the senior division category in Army in Navy Wing, sir. And he's also watching the session. I just saw him.
Yeah, Kurula will be joining you all next. I'm taking one by one. Don't worry, guys. We will be bringing all the best cadets from all the directorates for your information, one by one. So let's see who all are available. I'm pulling them at the earliest.
Yes, sir. And Meenakshi, cadet captain Meenakshi, she won silver medal in the SW category, naval wing, and she was also fortunate to attend YP this year. She went to Vietnam. So
we should, guys, this is the first YEP batch which has gone from the Indian contingent. So she is one of the privileged cadet to attend that. I think many more batches are yet to come. Is there any other YEP cadet in this show apart from Meenakshi? Meenakshi, first of all, heartiest congratulations. We will bring you also into our show one day. So continue. Sorry, I'm interrupting in between.
It's okay, sir. And in the air wing, we had bagged 2 bronze medals, which were bagged by Warrant Officer Arjun Venugopal and Warrant Officer Akshita.
Great. So, guys, we will bring all these people into our show. That's a wonderful achievement, for a directorate per se. And these guys are the best cadets for the year 2022. Madhav, what was your feeling when that announcement was made that SD Army Best Cadet for the year 2022?
Just like I said, sir, I think words would be enough to express the kind of emotions that we were having at that particular time. Kurula was crying, I was having tears in my eyes, and more than us, our co-cadets were happy. That whole day, there were no parades. We didn't go for training or anything. Our ustads, Girish, he got us a cake. We celebrated it by cutting it. We called our family, our relatives, my principal, talked to them about the achievement that I personally had made, what the directorate did and everything. So one whole week it went like that. After that, the baton practice started. BCs actually got an opportunity to stay in the YP block before even getting selected for the YP. So that was another great moment for us. Everything was going well, and I also was part of the full uniform rehearsal that would take place one day prior to the main event. But what can I say? Unfortunate for me, I was really unlucky. Must be the most unluckiest guy out there. I was tested positive for COVID-19 just hours before the main event. So when the PM rally was going on, I was in quarantine, was watching the entire event live from my phone. I was disheartened, heartbroken, was depressed for a whole week. But like life is like that. There will be ups and downs. But for me, that fall came at the wrong moment. But it's okay. Something big might be waiting for me in the future.
Very correct. That's a good positive way of thinking. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know whether you are able to correlate that feelings which Madhav had, or those cadets who have achieved those moments. It, it's not that easy to achieve. Guys, please mute yourself if you are not part of the show. Otherwise, I will forcefully mute you. Those who are not part of it, Cinema, who is it? Cinema. Mohammed. Please mute yourself, guys. Those who are not part of the. Okay, fine. So let me get back. I hope you are able to get that feeling. Tomorrow you will also. You will also be in his shoes tomorrow. You can also. It's sheer determination if you have. If you have the perseverance, and if you practice consistently those things which these people are giving you every week, we are giving this opportunity to listen to these people. It's because at least you learn something from these people, so that next year or maybe this year, whomsoever is trying for the best cadet, whether it may be RDC, TSC, VSC, NSC, whatever it may be, you can also be one among them. Let's see how Madhav has achieved this great moment. Madhav, why did you join NCC?
Sir, for me, there was only one motivation to join NCC. From a very young age, I've been crazy about armed forces. But I was not so keen on joining NDA because I wanted to experience what normal college was like. But I'm also not a person who would join one of the most prestigious academies in India without even having a glimpse of what the armed forces is. So, what better option in a college to get that experience other than NCC? So, when news about the enrollment was informed to us by our HOD, I immediately went for the selections and with God's grace, I got selected.
So you wanted to join Army as an officer, or
Army, sir. I wanted to join the Army as an officer.
Great. Would you like to mention about your college and place? I forgot to introduce you. Sorry. Please mention your prestigious college, battalion, which you would like to mention. Let the others also hear about it.
Okay, sure, sir. So, I said I'm under officer Madhav S. I'm a BBA student. I'm in my third year, and I'm pursuing my degree from Sri Nilakanta Government Sanskrit College. It's actually one of the oldest government colleges in India. And we also have one of the finest NCC units out there. I belong to 28 Kerala Battalion, and as I already mentioned, I'm a part of Kerala Legislative Directorate.
Great. When you joined NCC, have you thought that you will be attending or you will get selected for RDC, Republic Day Camp, during your first year?
Absolutely not, sir. Because when I joined NCC, I knew what the whole procedure was. I knew there were camps, but RDC and YP, apart from names, I didn't know what actually goes into these camps. Like what are all the selection procedures? The only thing that I knew about RDC was Rajpath Parade. In my mind, RDC was just Rajpath Parade. I was not aware of the other events such as PM Rally, Guard of Honor, Flag Area, Best Cadet Competition, and other things. What happened was that just 2 weeks into our enrollment, our seniors had conducted our first parade. So after the morning ragda, afternoon ragda, he made us sit under a porch and asked us this question, like you guys are finally made it to the unit. So you guys are officially NCC cadets. So what are all those camps that you would like to attend? So at that time, one of my seniors, my ex-SU, Shruti senior, she was going through the RDC selections, and she had also made it to the final team. And that year, when she became part of the contingent, it's actually a special year because it was 2020, and we all knew COVID-19 was at its peak at that time. So only 27 cadets, there were only 27 vacancies for Kerala and Lakshmi Directorate, and she was the only person from the entire battalion to make it to the team. So that was a special moment for her as well as the unit, our college. So I actually got motivated by her achievement. So immediately when my super senior under officer Suraj asked me this question without any a second thought in my mind, I answered RDC and YP senior. But at that time, like I was not that much serious and never knew that one day what I said would turn into a reality. I was already achieved one camp that I had mentioned, RDC, and I've also I'm actually closer to attending YP as well. My interview and everything, so I'm just waiting for that list to come out.
We are sure you will achieve that also. Guys, I would like to bring one point here. Why this question was, only when you foresee yourself, only when you are able to visualize that you are going to achieve this, then only you can at least be closer to that. If you have not even dreamt about it, if you have not even thought about it, then guys, you will not be even there, at least nearby. So if you would like to attend RDC, or if you would like to be into the RDC contingent team, final contingent team, you have to see yourself today. It is not an easy task to be part of the RDC contingent. So you have to visualize that. Being a BC is something way beyond that. Getting into the final contingent is something which you have to foresee. Now let's see how Madhav has trained himself, or what made him the BC, which is the topic for the day. Like, have you, Madhav, when you were in the first year as a cadet who doesn't know anything, who doesn't know the ABCD of the parade, neither what to wear, the uniform, beret, kaise penna hai, how to wear the beret, nothing he knows. During your that initial period when you are in the NCC, when you are learning all those basics, and when you have taken a decision, now let me get into the RDC contingent. Have you ever thought during your first year time that I will become the best cadet?
Uh, like I said, sir, actually in my first year I was not aware of this competition called Best Cadet Competition RDC. It's my super senior under officer Suraj who actually introduced me to this competition. Just 3 months into our training, he rang me up and told me that there's this competition called Best Cadet. That time he didn't tell me this that it was related to RDC. He told me that there's this competition called Best Cadet competition, and selections would be conducted by the commanding officer unit to shortlist cadets who can become potential cadets, potential best cadets. So he told me that the two qualities that you require, basic qualities that you require to become a best cadet is that first you have to be like decent at your communication. Second, you have to be really good at your studies. So he told me that like I've seen you for whole 3 months now, so I know what your capabilities are. Just give it a try. So I just wanted to experience what the competition was like, and moreover, being a defense aspirant, getting to have a one-to-one interview with your commanding officer, that was a big thing for me at that time. So for that experience too, I said yes. Then selections were conducted at the battalion level. Commanding officer interviewed us. Hopefully, I was the one who got selection. My name was recommended to the group headquarters, because each year there were these sessions which were conducted by our ex-group commander, Brigadier Rajan sir, where he would train potential best cadets in areas of interview and group discussion. So I got into that group, and in the last portion of my first year and the first half of my second year, we used to have a regular group discussion and interview sessions with Rajan sir. So I was getting molded a little bit. So that's how it went, sir.
Great, nice. Why this question was because many cadets are not aware about this best cadet competition which happens in the RDC. So the program that we are conducting is basically to guide you all, basically to nurture you all to become a best cadet, whether it may be in RDC, TSC, VSC, NSC, as I said. You have to see yourself, you have to prepare it well in advance. there are talented people who comes in between. They get selected as unit level best cadet, group level, directorate level, and then they go. If you are not that talented, if you are not that, if you are not having that skill, even if you start practicing today, you can achieve it. The aim of this is, if you are a first year cadet, if you prepare well this year, next year RDC, when you're starting, you are there nearby to it. So that's why I was asking whether Madhav was preparing in his first year or not. So guys, if you have not, start preparing. Now we will see how he has prepared himself with other cadets for the competitions that a best cadet has to take part. There are various competitions, as you all are aware of it, like group discussion, GK exam, service subject exam, then the interview, firing, obstacles is no more, I think. During our days, we used to have obstacles also. Then you have your interviews with first round interview, if you're selected second round. So let's see how Madhav has gone through these stages. Let's start with firing, Madhav. When you have done your first firing in your first year, how was it? Tell me about the experience of your
Honestly,
first firing, the first time you have taken the rifle on your hand and fired.
honestly speaking, sir, it went really bad. When I was selected
Really
as the
bad. Really bad is something like washed out. Can you
yes,
say washed out? Or it was
washed out.
something, at least one round has gone in. One round was there inside the target.
Sir, I was given 15 bullets to fire in 3 positions, out of which I was only able to hit one of those bullets in the target, that too outside the circle. Rest
Okay.
14 went wash out.
Right.
So I remember one of our training, she was saying, "Ye to naak katwa lega hamara," if you to send him to the BC competition.
Now you see, guys, girls, and boys. Why this question is because today you may be zero. Today you may be washed out cadet. I mean, what do you mean by washed out is none of your bullets are there inside the target. Don't worry. Don't worry. This is something. Firing is something which you can learn through practice. Now you tell me, Madhav, how was your firing towards the end? I mean, what I mean is when you were doing your firing, in the, I think you couldn't fire in Delhi also.
No,
Firing was
sir.
there
There
in
were
2018.
no, sir. In
Okay, there was no.
2022, no firing.
What was your best firing which you have achieved?
Uh, okay, sir. Like I said, initially when I was given bullets to fire, I was not that good. I used to fire off the target. But once the preparations began for the IGC competition, the first pre-RD camp, we only had two pre-RD camps, one 3-day cadre and a 7-day camp. Within that 10 days, slowly my firing started getting better. Um, Thanks to our experienced training staff and also our contingent commander of Calicut Group, Colonel Atul Maitani sir, that from a person who couldn't hit even one bullet, by the end of the camp, I was able to score more than 115 points. And I'm also happy to share this with everyone here that I came out to be the best firer in IGC competition. So like sir said, firing is something that that can be improved over time. So if there are people who are concerned about their firing, who are watching this session, no need to feel sad about it. Okay, if someone like me, if a bad firer like me can improve myself and turn out to be the best firer in IGC, it's a piece of cake for you guys. Within 10 days, I was able to achieve it. I'm pretty sure most of you people have already trained for it. You're serious about best cadet competition. So you'll do wonderful if you get selected from your directorate as the best cadet.
Great. Tell me 5 points that you would like to advise, or 5 points one should keep in mind to become a good firer.
Uh, 5 points. First thing would be the basics, like we say, hat holding, aiming, and trigger operation. The basics You just need to focus on that. But no, it's actually tough than said. No, to kind of implement
Just
it
tell
practically.
me, I don't want the things written in the book. What you
Yes, sir.
have, what you have gone through your experience. Those things which are not written in the book, which, because if all these things are written in the book, but everybody didn't become a best firer. You become a best firer through some practice which you have earned through your way of firing. There are few things which you would have, through practice, your own way. What all things you did apart from the books?
Okay, sir. First thing I would suggest would be to write the perfect rifle for you, because no, it's .22 firing that we conduct as part of best cadet competition. So there are basically two types of rifles: .22 Mark 4 and .22 Deluxe rifle. So some people are comfortable firing with the .22 Deluxe, and some are comfortable with firing the .22 Mark 4. I'm actually not a big fan of Mark 4 because the Mark 4 and Deluxe both are different in terms of weight. So if you to ask me, I would prefer you picking up the .22 Deluxe itself, because being a lighter rifle, you'll be able to hold it properly when you fire, especially in the standing position. For those who don't know, in the BC competition, you're made to fire in 3 positions: prone position, kneeling position, and standing position. Prone positions, you'll be able to fire properly with both the rifles, but the next 2 positions, kneeling position and prone positions, you actually need a lighter rifle if you are to aim correctly. So that is one thing that you should keep in mind when you are selecting rifle. Second thing is even if you select .22 Deluxe rifle, each rifle is different when it comes to trajectory. Okay, some rifle needs to be zeroed according to your comfort. So it is only through practice that you will get to know which rifle suits you the best. Some of the rifles might have lost its alignment. I'm pretty sure when the firing practice is going on, you'll have an officer, a JCO or an NCO to take care of that. With firing, if you feel that you're even though you're aiming at the correct point, you're not able to hit it properly, then speak to the NCO, JCO, and align your rifle accordingly. Second thing is always about the position. Positioning is very much important when it comes to firing. Even the minute mistakes can actually lead to the bullet hitting somewhere else other than the target. Fourth thing is breathing control. Now, you should have proper breathing control. But it actually takes some time to properly understand what you mean by breathing control, because like sir said, these are just bookish knowledge. When someone tells you principle of firing his hat, holding, aiming, and trigger operation, it will go over your head. You'll not understand what this is, because the people who are actually giving you advice or giving you proper guidance are trained professionals, they're army officers. They have much better experience holding a rifle, and you're just normal NCC cadets who might be holding the rifle for the very first time. So first thing, it will take some time for you to properly understand the mechanics. But once you get to know about it, it will be easy for you. So like I said, breathing control is one thing that you should focus on, because you should be able to hold your breath the maximum amount of time as possible, because while pressing the trigger, if you are to release your breath, it can actually affect the position of the bullet. And last thing that I would suggest would be to focus on some strengthening exercises. Hold, like, even if the rifle is lighter, even if you pick a lighter rifle, firing it and loading it, you all have to do it without any support. I'm pretty sure in CATC camps you'd be given a sack in the prone position and everything, but those things won't be provided to you in the actual competition. So strength actually plays an important role in firing, especially arm strength. So focus on start doing exercises which will actually help you increase your arm strength, like push-ups, dips. All these things can actually increase your strength, your body composition, and can help you when it comes to firing.
Great. A lot of points, guys. As he said, there are things written in the book, of course, that is theoretical thing, but the other thing is through experience. How these people have become the best cadets or the best firers is something which they have learned or they have experienced through the firing which they have done. Like the way Madhav has said, the breathing, holding the breath, very important. Strengthening your hand has to be your hand has to be strong enough, very important. And the focus, that is more important. If you are not focusing on the target, so how to improve your focus, learn those techniques. And very important, those training instructors there who are nearby, who are guiding you, listen to them. They have more experience than you all, so when they are telling you something about how to be a better firer, do that. Okay, great. Thank you, Madhav, for the wonderful experience about firing. Second, very important thing or very important such event or the competition for a best cadet is the group discussion. How did you improve yourself in the group discussion, the event which has taken place, or have you started preparation before the RDC has commenced, or you started preparing it whilst in RDC?
Like I said, sir, no, we used to, like Calicut Group Cadets, we used to have sessions of Brigadier Rajan sir relating to group discussion. So I was not new to this event when the RDC preparations began. Like one thing about group discussion is that when you like there are a lot of things that is there to cover. Okay, if you to go through Google, you'll find a lot of sites will provide you with a lot of topics. Like you come across sites that will give you top 100 GD topics, top topics. So a lot of guys have this thought in their mind that if you to cover all just this single site, you'll be able to perform well in group discussion. But it is actually not like that. Okay, anything can come up as a topic. Even abstracts can come up as topic. I still remember in our pre-RD camp, we were all expecting one of the training officers, Colonel Vijay Kumar sir, to give us a topic, a current affair for the group discussion. But instead, he gave us an abstract. He told us that okay, the topic for the group discussion is black and white discuss. So we were completely shocked, taken back by that topic. We couldn't didn't know what to speak on that. But slowly some of the cadets started opening up. Then we started getting points, and the group discussion went well. Even he was impressed with it. So that is something about group discussion. You always have to be prepared for the unexpected. Anything can come up. But one suggestion that I would give was that like you should be aware of the general topics, the general things, the current affairs that is happening around you. You should be aware of that. Those should not go unnoticed. So start by covering these topics. Make sure you're thorough with it. For that, you can take the help of multiple resources, such as you can go through websites. I would recommend going through IAS website. I used to cover Drishti IAS. There's this website which is completely dedicated to IAS aspirants. So that site actually helped me in preparing for my group discussion because the kind of topics that you get there, it is actually top class. And apart from that, there is also on site called JD Ideas, where you will get the hot topics that which is actually relevant in the current period that everyone can go through. And there are also YouTube channels like Crux, Bharat, Vayan, Hindustan Times, which all the best cadets should subscribe to, because all these things are important. As a best cadet, you should be aware of the current things that is happening around you. It is not just going to help you with your group discussion, but also in your interview, because interviewing officers can ask you anything, and if you don't know about it, it's actually a shame, because you're preparing for one of the prestigious competitions out there. And being a best cadet, if you're not aware of all these things, it's not good. It's not good actually. And many of the times what happens is, like I said, there are tons and tons of topics out there. So like occasions can arise where a topic is thrown at you which you are not fully aware of, or you only know half information about it. In such circumstances, what I would suggest is not to be the first speaker, because many guys think that being the first person to speak actually gives you more points. Like, it does have its own advantages, its advantage, but it's not always true. Like, if you are not fully confident about a particular topic, don't be the first person to speak, because if you goof up, it is not going to create a good impression in front of the panel. So in such circumstances, what you can do is you just wait for some time, let 2-3 people speak, collect points from them, modify it, and present it as your own. That is one of the best things that you can do. Like the vulture points. That is one thing that I used to do when I was not aware of certain topics. And next thing, this tip was actually given to me by my contingent commander of Calicut Group during the IGC competition, just minutes before the group discussion, the competition. Okay, like he said, like, you can scavenge for points, but even if scavenging is not helping you, then the next thing that you can do is to take up the role of the moderator. Because group discussion, what the panel looks for is not your knowledge. Like, knowledge is important, but apart from that, your leadership qualities are tested. And if you take up the role of the moderator, action qualities, like group discussion can actually turn chaotic. Interviewing or judging panel. So in those times, what you can do is you can take up the role of the moderator, control the whole squad, and if there might also be people who might not have put out points, or who might not have spoken relating to the topic. So at that time, if you are to give them a chance, you have to give them a chance to speak, and all these things will be noticed by the judging panel, and immediately will actually create a good impression in front of them. They'll get to know about your leadership qualities, and they'll say, okay, this guy is a team player. He's a team player, so he should be selected. He should be awarded the maximum amount of points. So that is one suggestion that I would like to give. Another thing is uh, you should always be confident in a group discussion. Like, confidence is really important, both in group discussion as well as interviews. Okay, because like, looking nervous and all these things, it get easily noticed by the officer and can actually create a bad impression. Second thing is, if you're really confident about a particular topic, if you're really confident and you've got points in your hand for the motion and against the motion, always go for against the motion. Because what happens is, it's like, when a controversial topic is thrown at you, the normal human tendency is always to pick up the safer side. So if it's a group discussion of 8 people, like 6 people might have chosen the safer side and might be speaking for the motion if it's a controversial topics. But if you're having points in your mind, if you're confident with your points, then take up the opposite side. What happens then is that like, you'll be the only guy who will be going against the motion when the rest of the group will be speaking for the motion. That way you'll get noticed more compared to your competitors. So there's a chance of you grabbing more points compared to your competitors in that case. So those are points that actually I kept in my mind while preparing for the group discussion, and also kind of used in times of need.
Great. Something with the network, I think, but still, I hope you people have noted these points. What Madhav had said, very important. Primary thing is knowledge, guys. Without knowledge, you are zero. Knowledge gives you everything. If you are filled with knowledge, the second most important thing is confidence. It will automatically come. Knowledge, if you have knowledge, confidence will be there. But there are people even.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, who is this?
Sir, I'm Cadet Arun from Tamil Nadu. I have a doubt, sir.
Okay, Arun, I suggest all the doubts you park it in your chat box. Why? Because if I entertain all the doubts in between, then we will be answering the doubts now. So keep all your doubts. Don't worry. All your questions will be answered. Don't worry. I'm here. Madhav is here. So those who have doubts, why I'm not? Because the flow of the topic will be interrupted. So I don't want that flow to happen, to be interrupted. So Arun, don't worry. Whatever is your doubt, you put it in the chat box. We will answer it.
Sure, sir.
Is it okay?
Sure, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Where were we? Yeah, group discussion. Fine. So you see now the flow is interrupted. It's okay. So now very important is knowledge. Without knowledge, you are zero. So for knowledge, he has given you all the tips, all those websites, all those apps. Meenakshi has put it in the chat box. Don't worry, all these things we will put it in the group also, so that you guys start preparing. Only when you have knowledge, then only you can talk. Correct? But there are people without knowledge also, they start talking. That is different. With knowledge, what you speak, and without knowledge, what you speak, both are totally different. So this time, if you are in the first year, or if you are just preparing for best cadet, start learning, start reading newspapers, GK books, yearbooks, competition affairs, competition success, all these websites which they were mentioning, the app, which IAS app, whatever app you have, whatever thing you're getting every day, try to learn something. This will help you. Second most important thing what he said is, even if you are not able to start the conversation, of course starting gives you a bit more up in your kitty, but if you are not able to start, listen to them. Once you start listening, you will be able to make out what to speak. So there will be some topics wherein which you are not confident of speaking because you don't have the knowledge of it, but when you are listening to others, you will be able to collate, and then you will be able to speak. Very important. Another point what I observed is, when most of the people are taken, they have taken one side or the easiest side of the topic. Try to, if you are confident, if you have the knowledge, try to pick up the other side.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sure. YouTube channel, whatever, we will put Gracie. Don't worry. All these things we will put in the group also. So pick the other side, because people dare to pick up the other side or the negative side. It's all about how you discuss. It's not about what you pick. Of course, as you said, black and white, but the simple topic, everybody will choose white. I'm sure 90% will go for white. Why not black? Black, you can talk hell lot of things for black. And it's not that black what he wants to speak. You can, bring in your own way about black. So it's all how you perceive it. So very good important points what Madhav has said. Keep all these points when you are preparing. And let me tell you guys, you prepare everything, but if you don't practice it, then you are not there. So these guys were lucky that their trainers, their instructors made them practice it, including the group commander made himself sat and made them practice. That's a wonderful thing. And they got a wonderful instructors over there to guide them. So I hope you all are thorough about the group discussion part. And of course, he added one more thing. Whatever you learn today, the knowledge that you get through these topics will help you for the interview also. Because interview is actually divided into 3 parts. If you see, the first part is actually an introduction about himself, whatever he has written, whatever you have written in your PIQ biodata will be what you will be telling in the interview. The second part is somewhat about general awareness, general knowledge, about the place that you are from, about the state, about the country. So this knowledge will help you for the second part of the interview, that is general awareness. So let's listen to Madhav about the interview, which is another tough area which cadets face. So let's see how he has faced the interview. What all are the tips that Madhav would like to share for the upcoming aspirants so that they can easily face the interview?
So interview is one part where a lot of whatever preparation we do is not going to help you that much, because the questions asked by the officers depends upon a lot of things. First of all, the mood of the officer, and also the kind of interview that he went through. with the last cadet can also have an influence on your interview, because I've gone through that phase. One important thing that you should focus on if you're appearing for interview is that you should be thorough with your self intro. The first thing that they'll ask you for will be your self intro. So prepare a beautiful self intro. The self intro you should include everything about you, and just including is not going to help you. Whatever you include, you should have a clear cut idea about that. When it like whatever it is, your hobby, your ambition, you should be clear about that. Don't just add things for the sake of impressing the interviewing officer, because I'll warn you guys, okay, you're dealing with officers here, army officers, they're trained officers. You tell them a lie, or you are bluffing in front of them, they'll catch you, they'll catch hold of you, and then you'll have a tough time escaping from it, because I've been in that situation. I remember during our PRD camps, I was interviewed by Colonel Vijay Kumar sir, and that interview went for 50 minutes. It was the longest interview that I was part of. The first 30 minutes went well. Most of the questions were related to my family, my ambition, my hobbies, etc., etc. So it was after those 30 minutes we started case studies and all. And I had a tough time that he asked me a question related to BBA, a general question, COVID-19 question. Manager of a particular company, and because of COVID-19, your company is taking loss, and you can actually come out of that loss if you are to terminate 1,000 of workers. So will you terminate those workers? Because those 1,000 workers, no, it's COVID-19 time. So if you terminate them, they won't be able to find a job easily. So what kind of decision will you take? Because if you terminate them, you'll be able to get the company back into the game. Will be company will be able to make profit. But on the other hand, you'll lose 1,000 of your families, 1,000 of your workers who have families. So that was a tough situation for me. And one more thing, student, I thought the person sitting in front of me was a graduate. I had no idea about it. It's only that Jay Kumar told me. So I was trying to act smart in front of him, thinking that I'll get away with it. He will not ask me any more counter questions. But once I gave my answer, he started coming to that particular point. He was not leaving me. So that was one of the toughest questions, toughest interviews that I faced. So one suggestion that I would give to everyone who's watching this session is that, if you don't know about a particular thing, just openly say it. So I don't know it, but I'll try to learn more about it. Try to find it, find more about it after the interview. Because don't bluff, okay? Because there's nothing wrong in saying I don't know. Because we're all human beings, and there are things that we might not be aware of. Even the interviewing officer who's evaluating you, there might be things that he might not be aware of. So it's perfectly fine to say no. Second thing is that when you interviewing officer, you not just and answering his questions. You are confident and you are going to rock that interview. That is the kind of the interview officer. And second thing, I think yes, already mentioned this in the last pleasant phase. You should not give hints to the interviewing officer that you are nervous, even if you are nervous. Okay, you should have that pleasant smile on your face, but don't smile more than required, but because that will also give a negative impression to the interviewing officer. He'll start thinking that you're not serious about the interview, because most of the questions that the interviewing officer would ask would be controversial questions, or questions which are serious, concerning serious matters and all. So if you are to smile throughout, at that time, that will actually send a bad impression about you. So don't do that. Second, and another thing that I said when sir had asked question relating to group discussion is you should be aware of the ways where you being a KLR HD directorate, to my directorate, my place, my. So you should be aware of your family, like your father's job, how much he's earned, company.
Madhav, I think you are facing a big network issue. I know it's raining over there. Uh, or is it the only issue that I am facing? Madhav, severe network issue at your end? Or is it I'm the only one who is not able to hear you?
Guys, can you just help us with this?
Madhav, I think there's a poor network connection at your end. Is it raining heavily over there?
It's not.
Yeah, Urvashi has said it's raining. Madhav, I'm not able to hear anything from you. Madhav, you can switch off your video so that the bandwidth use is less. Just use your audio only. I'm not able to hear anything. Anyway, guys, it's severely raining. It's a heavy rain happening in Kerala. I'm sure it's the same happening at Madhav's place. That's the reason that we are not able to hear Madhav. But what he said is, I will reiterate for you people. Interview is actually simple. It's actually simple. It's how you perceive it. It all starts from your self introduction. So if you're thorough about what he said is prepare a good self introduction about yourself. Prepare it so that it makes your first part more easy. If you're thorough about yourself, then half the journey is over. It's the continuous flow. It starts by questionnaire, then you're answering, and the next question is actually from where you stop. So if you are able to drive, if you are in the driver's seat, the interview is pretty easy. So knowing about yourself is very much important, like your hobbies, your, about the sports or extracurricular activities that you have been into. So whatever you have written in your biodata, you should be thorough about that and you should be able to explain it in a simple way. Coming to the second part of the interview is something like general awareness topic which he might ask. He may or may not. Of course, it will be there. So you should be thorough about what's happening in and around your place, where you are from, your state. Then comes the neighboring countries of our country. So these things are primarily important. Always have a cheerful face, have a pleasant face, keep eye to eye contact with the interviewing officer, and be clear and crisp to the question. When you're giving an answer, don't just beat around the bush. Be to the point, answer to the point. Don't just elaborate it. Okay. If you are not very important, what he said, if you're not aware about something, just say, I'm not aware about it. I'll get back to you. That's saying rather than because he knows in and around. So don't just beat around the bush. Okay. Madhav, are you there? Your connectivity is good now. He's facing a severe network issue at his place. Madhav, are you back? Okay. We'll wait for him to be back. So interview is nothing so complicated. It's how you perceive it. As I have always said, when you're sitting outside the interview room, be cool. If you are anxious, if you are nervous outside, then when you go inside, you will sweat. So when you're sitting outside, be chill, be cool, keep yourself calm, think about those good moments that has happened in your life when you're outside the interview room. When you are entering inside, be confident. Your voice matters a lot. Your voice matters a lot. Your confidence comes from the way you speak. Eye to eye contact. Those who are not confident, they don't keep eye to eye contact. So keep eye to eye contact with the interviewing officer. We have lost Madhav, I think. Madhav, are you there? Okay, it's okay, fine. Don't worry. We will continue. Any doubts about the interview, you can put in the chat box. I'll guide you people. Third most important is we have covered GD, how to face GD, how to improve the GK and all. GK is something which is pretty tough for cadets. Why? Because apart from your academics, you never learn anything, correct? So please prepare GK from today onwards, those who are in first year. There are so many yearbooks, competition success affair books, newspapers. I don't know how many of you read newspapers. Please read newspapers. Then there are so many apps, IAS apps, this, that, you all are, I know it. But at least if you learn 5 GK questions per day, in a year, you know how many questions you have learned. Don't just read GK books like the way you read novel. When you are reading, please make sure that you are able to recollect it. Because for the question paper, for the event, for the competition GK, you have to write it. Okay, when my reason turned into a debate, in such situation, should I stand my ground? Yeah, very valid question. Of course, it will, whatever you have said, stick on to that. Okay. Even in GD also, you might have started with a particular point. Stick on to that. Don't change your, you have said black, for example, black and white is the topic. You supported black or you started with black. Then later don't change it into white. So there's a very good point somebody has asked in the chat box about this. So, very good question, whoever has asked. So I hope, Madhav, are you back? No, Madhav is not back. Okay, let's continue. So interview is pretty easy, as I said. Any doubts about interview, just put in the chat box. Third is, as I said, GK. Yeah, we were at GK. So GK is pretty easy if you are able to mug up the entire GK. It's a vast ocean. It's an ocean of this subject is not that easy. But if you prepare today, GK is pretty easy for you. Okay, learn at least 5 to 10 GK questions per day. Service subject. I don't have to mention anything about service subject, whether it's Army, Navy, Air Force. You just mug up your service subject. You can't get less than 100. I mean, what I meant is 100 out of 100 you should score in your service subject. So start preparing your, I hope you have your handouts. Cadet's handbook will be there with you, particularly for your wing. For example, Army book you have, please mug up that. You can't score nothing less than 100 in that. Okay. Parade, I don't have. Yeah, Madhav, we lost you in between. I know it's raining heavily over there. So we were at interview. We couldn't hear anything from you. I could hear at least first 2 points as you said. So I took over from where you stopped. Would you like to add anything apart from that? You can switch off your video. I think bandwidth is when you are switching on your video, more of bandwidth is used. So you can just tell 5 points that a cadet should keep in mind for interview.
I think I'd already talked about the self-intro parts, and I'd already talked about being confident in front of the interviewing officer. And third thing that I was talking about was being as genuine as possible with your answers in front of the interviewing panel. Like I've seen a lot of cadets trying to act smart in front of officers. But one thing that you should know is that they are trained people, and they have more experience compared to you. So if you to tell a lie in front of them, they'll easily catch hold of that. So don't try to act smart. Like if you don't know answers to a particular question, just openly admit it that you don't know, because there's nothing wrong in saying I don't know, sir. Because we're all human beings. There are things that we might not be aware of. Even the interviewing officer who's interviewing you, he might not be aware of a lot of things. So just admit it, and tell him that you will try to find about that particular thing once interview is over. And just don't bluff. Bluffing is not going to help you in any way. It's actually going to create a bad impression in front of the officer. And fourth thing that I would want to tell all the people who are watching this is to focus on your posture, body language as well. Because there's this one thing that Rajan sir always used to tell us during our training session, that 90% of the communication is non-verbal. It's how you present yourself physically in front of the officer. So if you're sitting with your back straight, with your eyes focused, like eye to eye contact and everything, it is actually going to create a good impression. So that way only he'll know that okay, you have something in you. I don't need to ask much questions to this cadet. He's already confident. Last thing is about this knowledge part itself. Apart from current affairs, you should also be having a good idea, clear-cut idea about the basic things about you, your ambition, your hobbies, your family, and everything. Because a lot of questions can be personal questions. In my interview with the panel, they had asked me questions about my father's profession. Like my father is an insurance employee. He works in United India Insurance, which is a company which deals with vehicle insurance. So the interviewing officer had asked me to name out the largest insurance company in India. And relating to my ambition, he had asked me to name out the recent clash that we had with the Chinese army, the name of the place where that clash happened. And there were also questions relating to the place where I come from. Cadet, not being a cadet, you should be aware of your state, your district, and everything. He had asked me a question relating to river linking project, one of the river linking projects that is proposed to be carried out in Kerala, and he asked me whether I know about it or not. And there was also one question. It was actually a good question. Like he asked me what is your viewpoint.
Madhav, again we are missing your voice.
Transgenders join NCC. So all sorts of questions can actually come up. It's not just current affairs. You should be prepared to face anything. So basically, you should have a clear-cut idea. Hello.
We were missing you, I think, Madhav. Your voice is pretty. It's breaking in between. I know it's raining heavily there. It's okay. Continue, Madhav.
Okay, now I'm audible, sir.
Now perfect. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, sir. So like I was saying, these are all the points that you should keep in mind, and don't be initially when we started off with these sessions, sir, you had pointed out some of the cadets telling you to speak in Hindi more often, to conduct the session in Hindi. I'm pretty sure most of the people are worried about their language. Like English is a big issue when it comes to best cadet competition. So just mark my words, okay? Don't worry about your language, okay? Even I'm not a big English speaker. You don't need to have Shashi Tharoor level of proficiency in order to win the best cadet competition. You just need to know you just need to know basic language. That's it. And there's also a misconception in many people's mind that if you know good English, you automatically become a good communicator. It is not true at all. Okay, English and communication both are different. English is a language, communication is a skill. Okay, even if you know English very well, it doesn't make you a good communicator. Okay, like me and sir, we both are native Malayalam speakers. But if you were to give us a topic in Malayalam to speak on, I'm pretty sure sir will outperform me, because he's more experienced, he has more knowledge relating to everything. So knowledge is the key to success. Okay, you should have knowledge about topics around you, and moreover, having knowledge is not also going to help you, because clarity of thought is very much important. Like you'll be having like 100 to 200 points relating to a particular topic, but not all points are important. Okay, you should be able to pick points according to the situation, and you should be able to structure it out in a good manner. That is when you become a good communicator. So these are the things that you should focus on. And like improving English, like you can improve English in 2-3 months. Okay, you just need to like put in some hard work. That's it. First thing that I would tell you would be to just start speaking English, even if it's bad, because unless if you don't face your fears, you're not going to come out of it. Like there's actually a famous saying by Franklin D. Roosevelt. He was one of the presidents of US. He had told that the only thing that you have to fear is fear itself. So just come out of this fear of being corrected by your friends, your relatives when you speak English. Don't worry about it. Okay, you'll only be able to correct your mistakes if you face it. So be open about your language. There's nothing to be ashamed about it. Just speak openly. That's the only thing that you need to do in order to be victorious.
Very valuable points. Great, guys. What he said towards the end is something which I would like to reiterate. Knowledge, I mean, what he said, English is just a language. जैसे बहुत सारे लोग नॉर्थ में आप लोग बोलते हैं कि सर हिंदी में कर लेना ये टॉपिक, but for your benefit only that we are doing this in English, because we want you to come towards a stage where in which you can at least express your views in English. Make mistakes. You may not be perfect today, but at least maybe in a couple of months, when you practice this with your friends, with your family, relatives, etc., you will improve. Thank you, Madhav, for valuable advice how one can improve the interview part. I hope, guys, you have noted down these valuable points Madhav has said. Moving on, we have discussed about GD, we have discussed about interview, we have discussed about firing, we have discussed about GK, we have discussed about service subject. What else? Parade, so I don't have to reiterate because parade is a bread and butter of any NCC cadet. So would you like to say something for parade, especially for BC, Madhav?
So as far as best cadet competition is concerned, drill is not that important in my perspective. Because even though, like, if you to look at the pointing of each event, you'll notice that a drill, firing, and written test both have equal points. 150 points is awarded for all 3 events. But drill is not that much important because you see, you only look at the basic picture. This 150 points is again divided into different sections. Like you are awarded points for your word of command, for your control over the squad, because you're made to do squad drill. So your control of the squad is very much important. Then apart from that, you're awarded points for your bearing, and your own drill movements only make up like 40 marks out of that 150. So even if your drill is really bad, if it is atrocious, the maximum amount of points that you end up losing will be like 20-25, which is very less compared to your written test and your firing. Your written test and your firing both are objective. Like if you don't study well, if you are not serious about your written test, you can end up losing 50, 70, even 100 points. So that can actually lead to your chances of becoming the best cadet getting reducted. So focus on your written test and your firing more, because both these things are objective. It is completely in your hands. You perform well in your written test and your firing, half of the competition is already over. You're already the all India best cadet. That is what I have to say. Moreover, there's also this one thing. Okay, be it any competitive exam or any competition, it's all about understanding the system. You understand the system, half of the competition is over. So like we all know there are 5 events. Yeah, like you have written test, you have drill test, you have firing, you have group discussion, you have interview. But like winners are those people who actually understand the importance of each event and then spend time accordingly. That is the actual mantra to becoming a best cadet. You should understand the system. Our Rajan sir always used to tell this, that focus on your written test and your firing. These are the two competitions that is actually going to help you win the competition. And what he said came out to be true, because when the results were declared, even one of the ADG in DG NCC, he came and asked us, who trained you for your written test? Because it was only the six Kerala and XP directorate cadets who had outperformed all others in the written test, because our score was much higher compared to all the other directorates marks. So written test is very much important. I think you should be focusing more on your written test. And one thing about written test is that like you don't have to study for the best cadet competition written test from the B certificate or C certificate point of view, because in B certificate and C certificate examination, apart from filling the blank type questions, match the following questions, you'll also come across short answer type and long answer type questions. That type of questions won't come in the BC question paper. Okay, all the questions are objective type questions. Either you'll be facing filling the blank type questions, or you'll be facing multiple choice questions. So study accordingly. What I did for my written test preparation was that I took a notebook, and after when I used to finish up each chapter, I used to make the maximum amount of filling the blank type questions from each book. That way I was able to cut short that two big presses and fill it up in these small two notebooks. So when the time came for the actual competition, instead of covering those two thick books of NCC, I was covering this notebook that I had made. Many people would think that it is double the work, but in the long run, it is actually going to help you a lot.
Again, Madhav, we are missing your.
Like when people would be going through those two big books again, wasting a lot of time. You cannot be more productive compared to day. Is it okay now, sir?
It's breaking.
1 minute. I'll try connecting with from. I'll connect from another phone. So 1 minute.
Now it's better. Now it's better.
Okay, sir.
Is it raining over there?
It's not heavily raining, sir, but it is.
Now it's better. Now it's better. You continue.
Okay, sir. So where did I stop, sir?
You stopped. Even it was breaking. So I think you stopped at.
Sir, he prepared all the questions in a notebook.
You still have that notebook?
No, sir. I don't have that book with me. Actually, what happened was that I had prepared a book for my IGC competition, but I was very lucky. I lost that book as soon as the IGC competition got.
Correct. You missed it. It's a valuable asset. If somebody finds this book, please return it to Madhav.
So I had to prepare
Yeah, badly. Madhav,
once again. So it took me double time.
Voice is breaking, Madhav. Very well used to revise even during.
So I had to make notes again. 1 minute. So I'll try connecting from another phone. So 1 minute.
Please connect that. Something very important, guys. What I would like to mention is those who have achieved success have made their own notes. If you ask anybody in your directorate or seniors, those who have gone through this, they would have made such a beautiful notes for their GK, for their every day. Even they write diaries. Every day they write their experience in a diary. What all happened today.
Hello,
Uh,
sir.
yes, now you are perfect. You can continue.
Okay. Okay, sir. I took a new device.
Yeah, it's better now. Good.
Okay, sir. So, like I said, I had noted down all the important topics, all the important points from each chapter, and had prepared the maximum amount of filling that blank type questions. So that way, I was covering the syllabus more faster compared to my competitors, and no, I was also being more productive. So if you're to take a notebook and do the same, like you'll be able to cover the portion much faster. But like something that is personal to me. Okay, I won't suggest this to everyone because some might feel it has double the work. So you can do it at your own risk, but it will actually help you a lot.
Your book was last read by Meenakshi when they were on that way to SNIC. So I think the culprit is here only. Anyway, so guys, what I meant is not to take Madhav's book. You make your own book. The day one starts from today, at least for those who have not taken. Please make a book. Two books. One is a diary of events, a small diary, wherein which you write day-to-day experience. You don't have to write the entire thing that has happened. Write those things which has actually made your day. Something new you will learn every day. So write a diary for that. Second is these things. For GK book, prepare your own. Write it down, and you will see this book very handy when you are sitting for the exam per se, when you are sitting outside, or wherever you are traveling, like Meenakshi was using those books when she was for her journey for SNIC. It's a wonderful thing, Madhav. So interview is a piece of cake for those who are confident about themselves, who are confident about the topic, who are confident about the general topics. Okay. Parade, as he said, it's not that important. Somebody was asking the question, sir, is written most important or personality? Of course, your personality will come second. He was also part of SNIC. Okay, fine. We prepare to fine. So finally, of course, yes. Now the book is missing, and the partner is here, so we know who is the culprit. Anyway, jokes apart. Coming. So what he said is, what I was telling is, of course, personality matters a lot, but if you are zero in your written, then there's no point having a personality. Personality is a topic which we will discuss later. So written carries, it's a backbone. Whatever, whether it's service subject, GK, whatever it may be, part of written, you have to score it. So these guys had a wonderful set of instructors who guided them to prepare for their written and for their GD interview. So it's all about practice, 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 practice. The more you practice, the better you become. Okay. So almost everything Madhav has covered. We actually planned for 1 hour, but we have almost taken 1.5 hours. So I don't want to extend it. If you have any particular question, like somebody was asking about, uh, we will not answer all the questions. You can put it in the group which we have. Madhav has covered everything for a BC. If you have anything particular you would like to ask Madhav now, you can put it in the chat box. Otherwise, you can put it in the group also. We want you to be prepared for the BC. That's the main intention of this. Actually, you are not there in the group. Okay, please tell 139053. Just ping this number. I'll add you to the group. Guys, the main intention of this group is to make you all prepared for the BC competitions. That's going to happen in the maybe this year. You might be already in your IGC is over, I think, and you all will be jumping into the pre-RDC 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever it is, as per your directorates. So if you are keen, if you are really focused to become the best cadet for this year in the I mean 23 best cadet, guys, hardly any time left. Hardly any time left, because almost October is getting over. You got hardly 2 months. I forgot to ask Madhav, how many hours you used to sleep when you were there, when you started your camps? That's one question which you all should keep in mind. Madhav, you are there. How many hours you slept per day?
Per day, once the competition started, like sleep was something which was not in the books. Okay, there were days when we never used to sleep, and there were days when we only used to sleep for like 1 to 2 hours. So we actually used to make up for that by sleeping during the Nirikshan time, in the drill practice and all. Sometimes we also used to sleep in the mess when food was served. So if you're serious about the competition, like if there's someone who's serious about the competition, sleep is something that you'll have to say tata goodbye for, at least for like 3 to 4 months.
Great, nice. So guys, sleepless nights are going to start if you are focused, if you're focusing towards your aim. Less regular compared to drill cadets. Okay, before that, somebody was asking about firing competition. Yes, please ask your question. What is the doubt? Do BC face less ragda? Guy, who is this person who is asking about ragda? The more you eat, the more you get ragda, I will say, the better that you are towards your goal. So if you, ragda is something you should take it with a smile. Okay. Culturals, yes, Ananya, very good questions. I think DCs have to be part of culturals now. Madhav, we would like to say something. She's asked Ananya.
Yes, BCs have to be part of culturals, because culturals, flag area, and all these additional events fetch up your additional points. So even if you don't have any kind of cultural talent, most of the directorates do put their BCs in the cultural event. So just so that then they can secure more points, which will actually help them win the overall competition. So people like Meenakshi is a dancer. So it was not so tough for her to be part of the cultural team. But people like me who don't have any kind of cultural talent, we were made to hold props and everything. So there's a term that we actually use in RDC for this, dummy culturals. So we were dummy culturals. So don't worry. Even if you don't have any kind of cultural talent, you'll be part of the cultural team, because those extra points are really important for winning the BC competition. So your directorate will make sure that you're part of the cultural team.
Great. Flight cadet Rag was asking about exercises for firing. Okay, I'll tell Madhav to tell. Madhav, for the firing, what all exercises you were practicing?
Exercises like musketry. We were made to do musketry before firing with the rifle to make our arms more strong. And one exercise which was suggested to us by our firing instructor was tricep dips. If you were to search it in YouTube, those who don't know about this exercise, if you were to search in YouTube, you'll get videos, plenty of videos relating to that particular exercise. And push-ups is actually also a good exercise for strengthening your arms, but I won't personally recommend it, because push-ups, doing more push-ups can actually lead to your wings coming out. We can actually cause trouble for in your drill, because it can affect your swing. So don't go for wide push-ups, go for close hand push-ups or military push-ups, as we say. That way only your shoulder is going to get engaged, and you also get the required strength for firing.
Great. And for breathing?
Breathing, just hold your breath the maximum amount of time you can. Like we do play games in our schools and colleges, right? Like who can hold their breath for the longest time. So play it with your BC colleagues. And apart from that, meditation can also help you to have control over your breath.
Great. I hope Flight Cadet Chirag, are you Hindu? Hindu run instead of push-ups. So Chirag, I hope Madhav has helped you with the answer, or do you want more explanation for firing? It's all about practicing. That's it. And something for the focus also, I would like to add on. After you're firing, just look into the faraway subject or faraway object, and then again come back to the target. That will reduce the burden on your reduce the strain on your eye. Confused for current affairs source, kindly guide for the same. You are correct. There are lots of things in the open source about current affairs, but what these guys were going through, Madhav, I suggest please put whatever latest things that you guys were practicing. Uh, yeah, put Gracie. We will put the recording in the group. Madhav, you can put all those things which you were preparing for general knowledge, general awareness, what all are the recent things, how you can get it. Please put it in the group so that they can access it. Okay.
Sure, sir.
Some good books for them to prepare for GK. Which all are the latest books, current affairs, year books, whatever is that. So don't worry, Ananya and Gracie and other people. They will update you with the latest things what they have prepared so that you all can go through it. Okay. Any other doubts, guys? We have overshoot the time limit of Madhav. He's in the final year. I
Excuse me,
don't
sir.
want to.
One
Yeah,
last question, sir.
yeah, Arun, please.
Sir, can I just speak to the Madhav, sir?
Yeah, Madhav is here only.
Good evening, sir. Can I ask a question to you, sir?
Sure.
Sir, as you said about the group discussion, no, sir, in the BC competition.
Yes.
Sir, you said that we need to think in an opposite motion other than the other cadets. So what do you mean by the opposite motion, sir? Can you just explain it in a brief way?
Okay, opposite motion. There are certain topics which are controversial, right? Like one of the topics which was given to us in the IGC competition, the topic that we received, the ST Army cadets received was, should caste-based reservation be removed? So that was one of the topics that we received. So automatically, most of the cadets would go against it, right? Like most of the cadets would say, no, like caste-based reservation should be stopped. It's been more than 70 years of independence. Most of the things have been sorted out in our country, so there's no need for caste reservation. But like if you're confident, rather than choosing the same motion, go against it. Say that okay, caste-based reservation should be there, and start speaking on that. That way, you're actually going like picking up something that most people are not picking, going against the motion, and at the same time, you're getting kind of receiving all the focus from the panel. You will be the center of focus if you were to choose that kind of choose such a motion when it comes to the group discussion. That is what I meant. I hope I was able to clear that doubt.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I'm clear now, sir.
Great. Any other activities at Delhi like comparing, etc.? This, I think that is something apart from our main topic. Okay, whomsoever have asked that, if we start explaining all those events at Delhi, we will require another 1 hour. Okay, so this target, what's the target that you use these days, Madhav?
It's application targets, application firing target.
It's
That point wala target.
So why is this black and white and all target? Who is this asking this question? That's about. I hope everybody is aware about this target, which I think is centrally used across the directorates. It's not something that we Kerala use and you use separately. It's the same application target. Okay, so don't worry. I think Madhav has covered almost everything. Guys, I don't want to take too much of time. Central empty. BC, I don't think BC will be pulled for the MC because MC is totally different. Their role is different. Anyway, Madhav, would you like to answer that?
No, sir. BCs are also given a chance in the MC selection. The cadet who was the MC for the Raksha Mantri's event was a best cadet, Cadet Akansha of Maharashtra Directorate. So BCs will also get a chance, because all these events actually fetch you more points. So that your directorate will try to send you to all these events so that you get selected. Like me, Meenakshi, Kuruvila, Arjun, like all 6 of us had went for this motivational hall briefing selection and also the central MC selection. Meenakshi actually made it to the final round, but unfortunately after that, it didn't she didn't get selected. And she was also selected for this flag area briefing thing of as part of Raksha Mandri's visit. But in the final moment, the physical visit of Raksha Mandri got cancelled as he was infected with COVID-19. So it was then changed into a virtual event.
Great. Yes, of course, BCs become the flag. Of course, BCs are by default flag area briefers. There's nobody better than BC to do the briefing. Of course, MC also. But if BC is not an MC, a separate MC is taken. But I hope it's answered, Ananya. Your query is answered. Fine. That's it. I think, Madhav, you have wonderfully covered all the topics. It was a very enlightenment for me per se, new things which I have learned. I hope those who are listening today and those who are going to listen tomorrow through your recordings will learn something so that they can prepare better for their DC competitions which are going to be held for this year 2023 and for the upcoming years. Guys, if Madhav was able to give you at least 1% additional to what you have been doing till date, please appreciate him in the group. If you would like to ask any more questions, please do that in the group. Madhav, you would like to say something before we wind up?
Yes, sir. First of all, as I said, sir, thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Like you said, the session got a little bit stretched out mainly because of my network issue. So sorry for that, guys. I hope I was of some help to you. Even if you still have doubts in your mind, as sir said, you can ask those questions in the group. Me and all the other care and lecture directorate BCs are already in the group. So we'll try our maximum to clear your doubts. So that's it, sir. Thank you, and thank you for making my day beautiful.
It's our privilege to have you on the spotlight today. I hope it was a learning experience for you people. Don't worry. If we are not able to answer any of your queries, we are there in the group. We'll try to explain you, help you all with the doubts that you have. And it's our endeavor to guide you people towards your success journey towards the best cadet. So thank you, Madhav, for sparing your valuable time. And with another best cadet, we will come to enlighten you with his or her experience. Okay. So do comment in the group. If you would like to appreciate Madhav, please do that also in the group. We are there in the group to guide you all. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It was a wonderful time, 1 hour, 43 minutes that you have, patiently given in listening. Thank you. Thank you. Good night.